episode 374. I will be recapping tonight's WWE Monday Night RAW. Also, who is the newest inductee of the 2023 class of the WWE Hall of Fame. Right here, right now, 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Welcome, Wrestling Fanatics, to a brand new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. I am your host, Lance Brock, and opened up the show tonight with a little new thing there. I usually say, welcome, wrestling fans, or hello, wrestling fans, but tonight I thought of welcome, wrestling fanatics, which, when you think about it, I probably should have started saying that long time ago, since the name of the podcast is 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Instead of just saying, hey, wrestling fans, hello, wrestling fans, why not say Wrestling Fanatics? So, I think that is now going to be the official opener of 360 Wrestling Fanatic for now on. And on this episode, I'm going to be recapping tonight's episode of WWE Monday Night RAW on USA. And RAW was live from St. Louis, Missouri. Our commentators, Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves. We start things off with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn making their way to the ring after the good feeling, the feel-good moment, the big hug on SmackDown last Friday night between the two longtime friends, brothers, finally reunited, and they are interrupted by the undisputed the undisputed tag team champions, the Usos. And it is made official. It's been talked about for a little while now. We will see the tag team match at WrestleMania 39. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn reunited together to take on the Usos. And it is for the undisputed tag team championships. And the Usos, though, they say we don't have to wait till WrestleMania. And then they start to go at it right then and there. And then Zayn and Owens end up cleaning house. But then the Usos on the floor grab a couple of chairs. But then when they do, security comes down to ringside to stop them. In our opening contest tonight on Monday Night Raw, we had the WWE United States Champion Austin Theory taking on one half of the Street Profits, Montez Ford. Not a bad match here. Theory gets the win. Also, Omos, the Nigerian giant who will be taking on Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. We get a pretty good video package on Omos and Brock Lesnar as well tonight. And Omos is in action, defeats Ali, makes short work of him. Pretty much a squash match to get Omos over. And now we have the live episode of, I'm guessing it's a podcast. What's it called? I already forgot. I should put it in my notes. Logan Paul. I forgot what it's called. Something impulsive or something. I could be wrong about that, but whatever the name of his podcast is, actually before it starts, we see the Miz in the back asking about being the guest on Logan Paul's podcast, and Logan Paul wants none of it, turns him down, and then when it starts, we find out that we're not going to have a guest, and somebody starts messing with it, the audio and stuff, and then we see Seth freaking Rollins in the production truck, and then he makes his way down to ringside, gets in the ring, doesn't say anything, immediately tackles Logan Paul in the middle of the ring, and security comes down to break it up, and then Logan Paul nails Rollins with a punch, knocks him out. And I might be out of order here. This might not be the exact part of the show it aired, but we get another WrestleMania Goes Hollywood movie trailer, and just like most of the movies so far, I do not know what this one is, but it's the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre, and they're like at some kind of place. And I don't know if it's a doctor's office or what, but there's this lady, and Ridge Holland takes his shirt off, and hairy chest, not real. He normally doesn't have a hairy chest like that. I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be like whatever movie this is, and put some kind of stuff on it, on the chest hair, and starts pulling it off for some reason. I don't know why. And just real silly, whatever movie this is. I don't know if maybe it's a newer one that just came out, but I don't know. Just Drew McIntyre, though, and the Brawling Brutes, Sheamus, you got Pete Dunne, or Butch, I should say, in there, and Ridge Holland. They deserve better. Couldn't they have came up with a better movie to have them in? And like I said, I don't even know what movie this is, but if you know what movie this is, like, I'm guessing it's a new one, I'm not sure, but feel free to leave that in the comment section right here on Spreaker or wherever you are listening to, if you know the name of the movie this was supposed to be. And definitely not the best one of this year. Well, not that any of them so far have really been that great. And the only movie I knew actually was the Titanic one with Montez Ford and Bianca Belair. The Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch one I did not know at first, and then I listened to some podcasts and they said it was one of the Batman movies with the Joker, and Seth Rollins was playing the role of the Joker, and like I mentioned, the Titanic one, and then last week was a weird one. I don't remember if I talked about it when I did the Raw recap, actually, but it was one with Rhea Ripley, and she's sitting at a table or something, and you can hear John Cena talking somehow, and she has some like wires or something attached to her head, and John Cena's talking, and then all of a sudden the can that's on the table kind of crushes up, and again, I have no idea what movie that is. Again, maybe that's a newer like movie that young kids these days like. Who knows? But one thing's for sure, I have no idea what the movie is. Kind of weird looking. And just like this one tonight, wasn't really weird, just more kind of on the dumb side. But nothing against Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Ridge Holland, or Butch, Pete Dunne. They just did what was given to them for whatever movie. So now let's move on to Monday Night Raw. Dominic Mysterio taking on Johnny Gargano, and they really hype the match here that Gargano has coming up at NXT Stand and Deliver versus JT McDonough. And I thought they did a good job of hyping that up. Pretty good here, showing the highlights of NXT last Tuesday night when he was streaming outside of Gargano's house with Candice LeRae and their son there, and then Gargano went to confront him, and then he was attacked. And then on to the match. Dominic and Mysterio getting the win over Gargano, and after the match, Dominic gets on the mic and once again does a kind of a short but another promo on his, as he says, deadbeat father. And we do not see Rey Mysterio any tonight. So, still, no match has been officially announced just yet. But, like I mentioned this morning on GMWF, that I really hope they don't wait to the night before night one of WrestleMania at the Hall of Fame ceremony and do an angle during Rey's speech and set up the match that way last minute. They could do that. Just me personally, I wouldn't really be a fan of setting the match up that way just the night before or 2 nights before if they have it on night 2. But if they do have the match, I think they need to hurry up, make it official, and announce it already. Actually, I think the match already should have been made official. Even with Rey going into the Hall of Fame, and we found out last week Conan would be the one inducting him, even though I don't think it's been mentioned just yet on WWE TV. But I just think if they are actually going to have this match, that they should have had this advertised and promoted in advance, especially if they do that the night before at the Hall of Fame ceremony. It does not seem like they're going to do what I wanted to happen, the mask versus hair. But I talked about this morning also is maybe this could be the first match. Ray could beat Dominic, just regular singles match. And then August here in Detroit, Ford Field, SummerSlam, they could have a rematch. And this could be the final one between them. And maybe even Ray's final match altogether. Maybe not only Ray putting the mask up on the line, but maybe his career as well. And they could have the son and the father's career at SummerSlam. I mean, who knows if they would actually do that or not. But that could be one way to go with that. And next up, we see Edge with a promo in a dark room with some kind of candles or lights of some kind, talking about the Hell in a Cell match that he has with Finn Balor coming up at WrestleMania. I'm looking forward to this one anyway. He talked about the Hell in a Cell match he had with The Undertaker. And I think if they're given enough time and allowed to really go at it in the cell, that they could put on a really good match. I don't know if this is going to be on night 1 or night 2. This could be just me. I could be mistaken, but have they announced any of the matches, whether they're going to be on night 1 or night 2 yet? I'm not sure. Maybe I just missed something. And next up we have Ricochet defeating Chad Gable when Otis was distracted by Maxine Dupree at ringside, which distracted Chad Gable, allowing Ricochet to pick up the win. And Bianca Belair and Asuka team up to defeat Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. And then after the match, Asuka attacks the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair. They will face one-on-one for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 39. And for the final segment of Monday Night Raw tonight, we see the undisputed Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Earlier in the night, in the Bloodline locker room, we saw that Paul Heyman tell the Usos that Roman Reigns got all the seafood, the mahi-mahi, and he sent the Usos on the jet. But he wanted Solo Sikoa to stay, and Solo and the wise man Paul Heyman accompanied Roman Reigns to the ring, and he is interrupted by the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and they have a back and forth. And this is the line that will probably be remembered most from this segment, maybe the whole feud. Roman Reigns says, and I just want to say, I might not have it exactly right. I know I should have wrote it in my notes here, but he says, you didn't want to be Stardust, so you ran away. And you started a company, and you didn't get over, so you ran away. I'm sure everyone listening knows what he's talking about, but just in case, AEW. He didn't mention AEW. He didn't actually say AEW, but he did mention it. And then he talks about Cody coming back to WWE, and then the pec injury. And Cody responds, I thought, very well. And he talks about his family, talked about how Dusty's not coming out here. His brother works elsewhere. So, overall, I thought this segment was great. And this exchange between Roman and Cody got me more interested in this match than I already was. It's definitely got me looking forward to the undisputed Universal Championship match at WrestleMania. What do you think, though? I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments right here on Spreaker or wherever you are listening to 360 Wrestling Fanatic right now. Are you looking forward to this match, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns? Or do you think it's just kind of meh right now? Also, let me know who you think's going over. Will the Tribal Chief retain the Undisputed Championship, or will we see a new Undisputed Universal Champion in Cody Rhodes? And that was WWE Monday Night RAW tonight. And I thought it was, up until the final segment, I thought it was just kind of an okay show. Not a bad show, but I wouldn't really say it was anything real special. But like I mentioned, the final segment with Roman and Cody I thought was great. And that was Raw tonight. And now on to a little bit of news. We find out the newest inductee of the 2023 Hall of Fame. I just talked a little bit about him this morning on GMWF because of the biography WWE Legends that aired last night on A&E of Jerry the King Lawler. In the celebrity wing, it's Andy Kaufman. I'm guessing if he's able to, Jerry Lawler, if his health, I haven't really heard too much about him lately, but hopefully he's doing better now. And if he can make it to the ceremony, I would think that he would be the one to induct Andy Kaufman. Hopefully the King is doing better now. And apparently, I did miss this on Raw, I admit. Some people are saying this was a tease when they showed the graphic of Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. There was a picture of Bray Wyatt you could see. So people thinking that was a little tease. I'm not sure about that, but who knows. And also, in some kind of surprising news, in my opinion anyway, last Friday night's Rampage, which actually had a late start than even it was supposed to be starting at 11:30 p.m. Eastern on TNT. But due to the college basketball game running late, it didn't start till after 12. But the ratings actually went up a little bit than the normal Rampage ratings. which, like I said, when I even talked about it on Saturday's episode of GMWF, that I thought the ratings were going to be disappointing. I thought they were going to be low, but instead of that, they actually went up a little bit from the normal Rampage ratings, which is a good thing though. Hopefully back at the regular time. I'm not sure next week if they will be or not though. I'll have to check that out, but hopefully this kind of good rating streak for Rampage will continue. Let's hope so anyway. And that looks like that's about it for all the news we have. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Right here, 360 Wrestling Fanatic, episode 374. Right here on Spreaker or wherever you listen to 360 Wrestling podcasts. Hope everyone enjoyed this episode. And stay tuned for more episodes. Hopefully we'll keep the streak going. Remember, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, 360 Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com. Also, you can leave comments in the comment section right here on Spreaker or wherever you listen. And come back tomorrow morning for the Tuesday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Once again, thank you very much for listening. Appreciate everyone. Until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.